Welcome to today's math lesson on finding the surface area of rectangular prisms. Our do not reads figure 1 and figure 2 are similar. Based on this information, which proportion is true? So we have these two similar figures and they're about the same size. It's just that they're rotated from each other. So they're not facing the same way. So what I'm going to go do first is I'm going to mark the corresponding sides using different colors. So side AB corresponds to side UV. Side BC corresponds to VW. Side CD corresponds to WR. Side DE corresponds to RS. Side EF corresponds to side ST. And side FA corresponds to TU. So now I can look at the different proportions to see if they're set up correctly to show that they're equivalent or proportional. So we have side AB, which is this like orangey color, is similar to side UV, which is correct. Then it's saying side RS is similar to DE. So in terms of the corresponding sides, that is true, but the proportion is written incorrectly because the top numbers, the numerators, should be both figure 1 sides, and the bottom numbers or letters should represent figure 2's sides. So this is not correct. For answer choice B, it's saying UV, so it's starting with figure 2, is similar to or corresponding to DE, so that's definitely not correct because we have this orange line right here and then this baby blue line right here. Then answer choice C is saying side AB is similar to UV, which is correct, and then it's saying side DE is similar to RS, which is true. So this is the correctly written proportion. And then answer choice D is saying side VW is similar to side BC, which is correct, but then it's saying side DE, so it's flipping. So it started with figure 2's corresponding side, and then it went and told us figure 1's corresponding side, but then it's staying on figure 1's corresponding side, DE, and it's saying that's corresponding to RW, which is definitely not true. So our TEK for today is 8.7b. Again, our lesson target is that scholars will find the total surface area and determine solutions for problems involving rectangular prisms. And our DOL is given 4 problems. Scholars will find the total surface area and determine solutions for problems involving rectangular prisms with 100% accuracy. So some important vocabulary words for us to go over are base and area. In this case, because we're working with rectangular prisms, the shape of our base is going to be a rectangle. And this is the net of a rectangular prism. The net is basically what the shape would look like if it were cut on the sides and unfolded. The faces are all the other sides that are not the base. The height in this net is this right here, but of course, if this net were folded, the height would be how tall the rectangular prism is. So the 2 formulas that we're going to need for today, taken from our STAR reference materials, is the lateral surface area and the total surface area. The difference between the two is that the lateral surface area is the area of all the rectangles, not including the bases. The total surface area is the area of all the rectangles in the net. So the lateral does not include bases, and the total does. For this first IG problem, we have to find the lateral and total surface area of each prism, and then we have to round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So my first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and outline what my base is. So my base is going to be this rectangle right here, because if this shape were on a surface, this would be touching the surface of the table or whatever surface it was on. This is the base, but that makes this top one also the base. But we're just going to work with this one that I have outlined, since it already has the side lengths outlined or given to us. So we're going to start with finding the lateral surface area. The formula is P times H. This P represents the perimeter of the base, and then H represents the height. So we have lateral surface area is equal to the perimeter of the base. To find the perimeter of the base, we have to add together all the different side lengths. So I'm adding together 4 plus 4 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. Another way to find the perimeter of the base is to multiply one of the side lengths by 2, and then to add that to the other side length, also multiplied by 2. Since repeated addition is multiplication. So basically, since there's 2 4s, multiplying 4 times 2, which is 8, because 4 plus 4 is 8. And then I have to multiply the sum of all these numbers by the height of the rectangular prism. In this case, it's this 2 feet. So according to order of operations, or PEMDAS, we have to do whatever is in the parentheses first. So 4 plus 4 plus 4.5 plus 4.5 is 17. And then I have to multiply 17 times 2, which gives me 34. My unit of measurement in this case is feet. So it's going to be feet. And it's not going to be feet to the power of 3 like it was for volume. It's going to be feet to the power of 2, which is the same thing as saying feet squared. Then from here, we're going to use the formula for the total surface area, which is P times H plus 2 times B. So as you can see, the total surface area formula includes the lateral surface area. So what we're going to do is just plug that number in. So we have TSA, which represents total surface area, is equal to P times H, we found was 34. And then we have to add that to 2 times the base area, or the area of the base of this rectangular prism. So we outlined the base shape right here. And to find the area of the base, since it's a rectangle, all we have to multiply is one side length by the other side length. Length times width, base times height. So I know that I have to multiply 4 times 4.5. According to order of operations, or PEMDAS, we have to do whatever is in the parentheses first. So before we can even add, I have to multiply. So 4 times 4.5 is 18. And then we have 2 times 18 plus the 34, which is equal to 70. And again, our units are feet squared. So with surface area, or if you're finding any area, your unit is going to be squared. With volume, where you're multiplying 3 different side lengths of the shape, your unit is going to be cubed. So that's a key difference. The second IGEO problem reads, a metal products company is coating the outside of the special microwavable box shown. Find the area that needs to be coated. So if everything needs to be coated, since it's the whole outside of this rectangular prism, then I know that I have to find the total surface area. But since the lateral surface area is part of the total surface area, I'm going to start by finding the lateral surface area. So I'm writing out the formula for lateral surface area, which is P times H. I skipped this step earlier, but I should have outlined the base shape of the rectangular prism. So it's going to be this right here. And again, the base is also this shape right here. but we're just going to work with this right here. Okay, so going back to the formula, we have lateral surface area is equal to perimeter of the base times the height. So this side length is 9, so that makes this side length 9. So we have 9 plus 9. And then if this right here is 13, then this right here is also 13. And since there's two sides, we have to add 13 plus 13. And then lastly, we're multiplying that by the height of the rectangular prism, which is 3. So then we have 9 plus 9 plus 13 plus 13, which is 44, multiplied by 3. And our answer is 132. Our unit for this problem is inches. And because we're finding the surface area, it's inches squared. So this is our lateral surface area. Moving on to our total surface area. Our formula is P times H plus 2 times B. So then we have TSA is equal to, we already found our lateral surface area, which is 132 inches squared. We have to add that to 2 times the area of our base. So our base shape is this green rectangle. So I'm multiplying one side length by the other side length, since to find the area of a rectangle, you multiply one side by the other side. So I'm multiplying 9 times 13. So then I have 132 plus 2 times 117, since I have to multiply whatever's in the parentheses first. So 9 times 13 is 117. Once I multiply 117 times 2 and then I add 132, I get 366 inches squared. So a good way to think about the surface area is that it's like wrapping the outside of whatever shape that we're finding the surface area of. So for these rectangular prisms, imagine that being a present, or a present being inside that box. So the surface area is how much wrapping paper you would need to cover that box, versus the volume would be how many beads we could put in to fill up this box, or how much water we could put in to fill up the box. So the volume is the inside versus the surface area, which is the outside. There's some we do problems and some you do problems. And finally, you have a 4-question Google form DOL. Thank you so much for following along in today's math lesson, and see you in tomorrow's math video. Bye.